Tell him Al said it. Got $10. Bet it. You can keep her.
You get along with them better. It's not because they're better women. Some of us suffered the same kind of traumas that we had from childhood, growing up, what we saw, what we did, and all those things we had to go through. And so their mood is better. They ain't mad all the time like us. You know, we be uptight. We have unrealistic expectations. You know, the unrealistic expectations has been our downfall. We have made up ideas about what a relationship and a husband or a man is supposed to be like. You know, we don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man. You know,
we don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man.
Oh, we go get everybody in. Oh, no, you're trying to tell me what to do. Somebody need to tell us what to do. Obviously, we don't know what to do. You know, everywhere I go, people say that final thing. You know, we just need to come together. You know, yeah, we just need to get in unity. Well, most of us can't get in unity with the people we live with. With the people we've been with all our life. We can't.
And
we don't know how to identify me. And so our families have been so torn apart, and we have been made to hate each other. And the other reasons is that every problem that the white woman has had with the white man, they have pushed those issues on us, or we have adopted those issues and decided that that was our problem too. When I keep saying that we don't have nothing to do with the white woman and what she got going with her man, we're trying to deal with our own. And as a result of our frustration and our anger, many of our men have left us to go to women of other nationalities because they feel like they can get along with them better. It's not because they're better women. Some of us suffered the same kind of traumas that we had from childhood, growing up, what we saw, what we did, and all those things we had to go through. And so their mood is better. They ain't mad.
Their mood is better. They're not mad. People, I assure you, if you try to talk to an individual, I told y'all, when you try to talk to a woman, years ago, I said more than 5 minutes. I shaved 4 minutes and 15 seconds off of that and said that if you talk to a woman for over 45 seconds, you need to get your head examined. All right. This woman is saying that women are mad all the time. Women of color, that is, are mad all the time.
Time like us, you know, keep me uptight. We have unrealistic expectations, you know, and the
women have unrealistic expectations. They think they can turn a dumbass booty out nigga into a man. That's what unrealistic expectations is. Unrealistic expectations. They expect to do things in a relationship and not explain themselves. I just did a video about that on Red Pill Fab.
Expectations has been our downfall. We have made up ideas about what a relationship and a husband or a man is supposed to be like. You know, we don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man.
We don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man. We have unrealistic expectations. We don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man. Didn't I tell y'all the next time y'all talk to a woman and they explain to y'all all the fucked up flaws about the man? Then I say, well, tell me what the fuck. And then I said, because I'm in my 52 years of living, I never dated a woman that actually had a man. Didn't I say that? She's saying the same shit, just from the other perspective.
We could start coming up in that kind of give some instructions to say how you want things and what we
Oh, he can come up in there as long as the man does not give us instructions. People, we're going to talk about instructions today. I appreciate y'all being here. As long as a woman doesn't have instructions, that woman thinks she is doing everything she has to do. People, I just got out of a relationship. And I was talking to the individual via instant messenger today. And I'm here to tell you that the woman said, I'm sorry 1 billion times. Probably she said, I'm sorry more like 2 billion times. But I'm here to tell you that the woman never explained her actions. I asked her to do that today and she couldn't yet again. People, I'm going to tell you something. The reason why individuals end up with no good men is because a no good man will never give them instructions. I got my man EJ up in here. What's going on, Eric? A man will never give a woman instructions. A no good man will never give a woman instructions. Ever. Ever. I just got out of a relationship with a woman that I did something for the first time. I gave her instructions. She gave me other stuff and said that was love. And I just can't do nothing right by you, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, no, I gave you instructions and you could not follow those instructions. The reason why the relationship that I just got out of, the reason why that woman couldn't follow instructions is because that woman has dealt with nothing but no good niggas. And no good niggas don't give women instructions. The reason why Miss Ali was just kicking that spit that she was just kicking, she said, it's okay to have a man as long as he don't act like one. It's okay that you have a man as long as you don't give us instructions. It's the reason why individuals deal with no good ass men. No good ass men does not give and cannot give a woman instructions. A no good man has a default setting. And that default setting is, watch it, nigga. Remember, you ain't got good credit. Watch it, motherfucker. Remember, you got 5 kids by 4 different chicks. And I'm helping you keep all your shit together. Watch it, nigga. You better not say nothing slick. This is my apartment. Watch it, nigga. I co-signed that shit for you. Watch it, nigga. This is why the individuals that I just got out of a relationship with, she could not get traction. She thought loving me and buying me shit for my birthday was her doing a grand job at being a girlfriend. But when it came to the instructions, she failed, flopped tremendously. And the reason for that is she never dealt with a man like me, ever. She never dealt with a man. When I listen to the resume of individuals that she dealt with, ass trash on down, got all this hate built up inside of her. I asked her today, explain to me why this happened. Well, I did this last week. I didn't ask you about what you did last week. I asked you to explain. And the thousands of messages that she sent, when I asked for explanation, she blocked me. You know why? It gets too real for them. What happens when you ask a child to explain why they did what they did? They get the poker face. They get the crying. They can't explain it because it's dumb. I'm almost willing to bet a lot of you are sitting here today, and the one thing you never did was you gave a woman instructions. People, I'm an old dude. I don't go into relationships like I did 10 years ago. I don't go into relationships like I did 20 years ago. I don't go into relationships like I did 30 years ago. I go into relationships now knowing what I need specifically for me. Appreciate those thumbs up. Stop fucking with me. Stop being a fucking with me here. Come on, really? People, I was talking to a divorced woman yesterday. And I was talking to this divorced woman yesterday. And you know how I can tell that this woman was divorced? Because we actually had a conversation. And I said, the things that you're talking about, there's no man that's going to sit down there and listen to this bullshit. So let me explain to you the bullshit that I was saying that ain't no man going to sit down and listen to. People, I got a couple of individuals in here. I forgot. I got to shout Big out. I got to shout Ruben out. I got to shout Frog out. And of course, my man Eric Jones is up in here. What's up? I got my individuals up in the heezy for sheezy. Y'all a bunch of in the heezy for sheeziers. Appreciate you for being here. So yesterday, I was talking to a woman yesterday. She was a divorced. And you know how I could tell she was divorced? She was explaining to me how her niece called her up and needed to come stay with her because the man that she has 7 kids with beat her ass once again. And I said, Let me tell you something. I said, there's no way on this planet a woman that have a baby with 7 kids and a man beat her ass yet again. There's no way that woman will be able to call a man. I said, it's the reason why a woman that got her ass beat by a man with 7, that she got 7 kids by, it's the reason why she can call a woman. People, let me tell you something about us men. We ain't gonna sit down here and go, you got 7 babies by this man. I said, I'm willing to bet that woman don't have a father. She said her father died a long time ago, XYZ. But her father was very protective of her. I said, let me tell you something. Ain't no man. How many men y'all know is dealing with a daughter that got 7 kids by one dude that's beating the shit out of her? How many of y'all know of anybody, of any man that's constantly dealing with a man that's beating the shit out of him? I told her, let me tell you something. A man would have disowned her. She said, well, what do you mean? I said, listen, ain't no man gonna sit down there and keep trying to protect his daughter and she keep cocking her legs open. I said, you do know 7 kids is a career. I said, a one-off maybe, but ain't no man gonna do that. And I said, let me tell you the reason why women in the black community does this. I said, because instead of saying, here's what women do in the community y'all call black. Girl, I got a no good ass nigga, blah, 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 blah. This is what a black woman says. Girl, just be careful because you know men, boy, just be careful because just be careful. Not, why the fuck you dealing with a man like that? And then after the first incident, girl, he tried to fuck my best friend. Girl, I told you why you dealing with a no good nigga like that. Listen, girl, when it comes to this no good nigga, I ain't trying to hear that. Don't fuck my zen up. Don't fuck my good spirits up telling me about this no good ass nigga. That's how it should go. When this woman told me about this yesterday, 11 minutes in, I'm like, listen, we're going to have to talk about something else. I said, because if you think that I'm going to sit here and talk to you about a woman going through this shit, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I can't. Because that's how men are. Men, things need to be a lot more logical when you talk to men. Things need to have purpose. This is why when it comes to sorry, a man needs purpose. A man needs why. A woman can't do that. When it comes to you as an individual, I assure you, the most successful individuals in relationships have women that are following instructions. They're following instructions. Women don't want to follow instructions. They don't. Women. They don't want to follow instructions. Women, especially women in the black community, they want to wing it. Women in the black community think that, oh, like the individual I just got out of a relationship with, I brought you a chain, some earrings, and a bracelet for your birthday, some earrings for your birthday. Therefore, I loved you. Therefore, I showed you I loved you, and ain't following instructions. I was giving this individual instructions for us to build. She was not trying to hear that. This woman for 5.5 months, and now she's like, you just want to keep talking about this. You want to keep talking about this. Let's talk and let's talk and see how can we resolve this. We can't resolve it. For 5.5 months, you acted as if though nothing existed. Then when we break up, you tell me you sorry. Now you understand. And then even when she told me she now understand, dig this, y'all. Y'all sitting down? She still's on her flagrant, my fat ass is bullshit. She's still on my fat ass bull flagrant shit Well, ain't nobody perfect, neither are you. I said, are you seriously going to say that right now? Really? This is an individual that could not grasp the concept of accountability. This is an individual that could not grasp the concept of you do know you're wrong. This is an individual that said, wait a minute, I was used to dealing with booty out niggas. I was into dealing with motherfuckers that needed help. I was dealing with cripple ass niggas. She said my last relationships were cans. Y'all know what cans are, don't y'all? You don't know what a can is? Nobody? You don't know what a can is. Are you serious? Nobody? Nobody know what a can is. You really just sitting down there and you don't know what a can is. A can is a cripple ass nigga. That's what them individuals deal with. They'll deal with a cripple ass nigga and love it. Deal with a cripple ass nigga and think that, I'm getting on the job training on how to deal with a man too. Like this is a dual role. It's not. Then when she met your boy, and I said, this is what I need from a woman, epic failure. That's why the 5 weeks of not listening, part of it. You have to have a woman that be able and is able to accept the fact that she will be given instructions. You have to. You have to. My man Ruben said, I fell off my chair. I know you did. I know you did. People, I'm going to tell you something. If you don't know, what your woman dealt with in the past is how she's going to deal with you in the future. What your woman dealt with in her past is how she's going to deal with you in the future. This is how I know that the woman that I talked to yesterday was married. When you talk to a woman that dealt with no good dudes, a no good dude is not estrogen at full strength. Eric, my man Eric will attest to this. I know him. That's why I'm using him for an example. A woman that understands testosterone at full strength, if I didn't say, I probably think I said estrogen, but let me back up. A woman that dealt with a no good man will not understand testosterone at full strength. Okay. She won't. When they dealt with a no good dude, no instructions is given as to what exactly it is they're needed for specifically. They're not given. And they're not used to communication. They're used to just telling individuals what to do and how they feel. When you deal with an individual that had instructions, when you deal with a woman that had instructions, it's because she was around testosterone a lot. She was around testosterone. When you deal with a woman that it can accept instructions, she's willing to submit. She's going to submit. But the too big crackhead acting, twitching all the time, looking like a fucking crackhead, want to twerk all the fucking time, dealing with, didn't understand that. Twitching like a fucking crackhead. Very well said. woman of the past. I think this is a woman. A woman of the past got to be a woman. Woman of the past says this is a difficult area. A lot of folks aren't raised properly in this country, especially. Yeah, I'm a sponge on that. I'm gonna drop a little bit on that. People, my mother had a mother that had multiple kids by multiple men. My mother said, what's not going to happen is I'm not going to have one of y'all father come get y'all and the rest of y'all feel left out like I felt. All right? I want y'all to follow me. So my mom made sure that all her children, 4 of them, had the same father. I want y'all to follow me. I'm going to touch bases on what woman of the past just said. Individuals aren't raised properly. That all starts from the mentality of the woman that said, when it's time for me to have a family, et cetera, this is what I'm going to do. People, I'm going to tell you something. What I see in our society are individuals that you could tell they don't have a father, and I'm going to tell you why they don't have a father. Because their father would be ashamed of them. People, I have 3 sisters, 44 or 45, 39 or 40, and then 31 or 32. None of them have kids. Why? Why don't any of them have kids? My father is me on steroids. My father expressed it clearly. Don't turn your ass up. Don't be nobody's hoe. I'm not gonna, it is not a coincidence that they don't even have the same mom, but the results are the same. But then I can look at a woman and I can listen to the story that woman would say. She'll say, I don't know who my dad is. My mom was screwing so many individuals. And I'm not talking about the story of that, but this and that. And then you look at that individual and they're lost. They have they're a real abrasive when it comes to accepting testosterone. The man that their mother is with is not their real father. And there's mismatch communication. When they talk to their mother, it's high pitch and love. When they talk to the father, it's just a subtle, doesn't have high vibration. So when women of the past say, this is a difficult area because a lot of us folks aren't raised properly in this country. We aren't raised properly because the foundation wasn't proper to begin with. It just wasn't. We live in a community, especially the community you call Black, where out of the 200,000 individuals that I helped in my career and growing, out of the 200,000 people that I've actually helped, 140,000 of these individuals was like, once I did that, she didn't even want to talk no more. Once I did that, she took me down for child support. Once this happened, it was that, and I couldn't talk to her no more. She never wanted to talk to me anymore. You know why? Because the government got individuals thinking that the game, it's a game. Children are now games. I did a video saying that children in the community you call Black aren't being born under the same terms as children in other communities. They're not. Childbirth in the community you call Black is a game. And it all starts with the foundation of the relationship itself. What's going on, Brandon? Ruben said, my neighbor's daughter, from when I had my house a few years ago, had 4 kids, all from different men. I like what Frog said. Frog said, According to scripture, God created the male as a foundation of family, and there is no, because male is order. And if any woman want to challenge this, and if any woman got the audacity to think they can even do it anywhere near a man can, let me tell you something. I ain't never in my life heard a man say, stop acting up or I'm going to tell your mom. Never heard it. I'm going to be clear. It's the reason why my father only had to chastise my It's the reason why my father only came and had to chastise my oldest brother. It's a reason for that. Out of four of us, he came and had to chastise my oldest brother only. You know why? Because once we seen what he did to him, when mom came in the room at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, get up and clean the back of the toilet with a napkin, we said, okay. I want to be clear. When what my mom said, one word followed or two letters, you could pick it. We said, okay. That's it. Ain't nothing like a teenager feeling themselves, whether it's man or boy or girl. My dad made sure we had instructions. And you know how my dad made sure we had instructions? As he was wailing on my brother, my oldest brother, he was blurting out the instructions. My dad was whooping my oldest brother's ass while telling him, when your mother says, you're going to do this to your mother? No, when your mother says XYZ, XYZ. And we said, when dad was wailing on his ass, we was like, that's what we were doing. Taking notes. Instructions, people. I'm gonna go left when I say this. People, we all go to school to have a better life. You heard the story before. I'm gonna put a little spin on it. We all go to school to have a better life. We don't go to school to be able to go to the clubs better. We don't go to school to have a better ignorant game. I need y'all to follow me. We all go to school to have a better life. People, y'all know my story. At 52 years old, it is my plan. I just purchased this house last year. It is my platinum, because I don't set goals no more. Excuse me. I don't set goals no more. I'm too old. I done accomplished too much. I done accomplished too much to be still setting goals. I set platinums. So at 52 years old, my platinum is to have this house paid off by the time I'm 55. So I can live better. I went to school to have a better life, to live a better life. Where we're at in today's times, both men and women in the community you call black, you got individuals that's, slinging dick. Think that they ain't a man because I'm slinging dick. You got women out there giving up the butt. Two-way street. This pandemic put a lot of ignorant folks in check. A lot of individuals blaming what they're going through now on the pandemic. No, I assure you, the pandemic just exposed the fact that you was doing some fucked up math. That's what the pandemic exposed. The pandemic did nothing but expose individuals that was doing fucked up ass math. Think it's cool to just be out there shaking their ass. Think it's cool to be out there slinging dick, making babies, paying all this child support. All this pandemic did was said, okay, you need some divine intervention. I need y'all to follow me. I'm just going left for a second. Totally off topic. It's just something I want to throw in there. I kind of do that from time to time. It'll swing back around to what I'm talking about. Part of wanting to have a better life people have multiple streams of income. When I was doing bankruptcies, I realized that the average person had between 7 and 8 bills with one income. People, I assure you, if you get into a fight with somebody and it's 8 of them and 1 of you, the odds will increase a little bit more. You'll get less foots up in your ass if it was 2 of y'all getting your ass kicked. But when it's just 1, you're getting wailed on. It's the same perspective when you abort the perspective of companionship. You see it starting to turn back around. No other race of women say, I don't need a man, like women of color. Because of that, we are not adding the rest of the story that goes with I don't need a man. That is, my children don't need a father. So families in the community you call black is what that boy said. What that boy there said. Frog said it. Frog said, according to scripture, God created the male as the foundation of family. We're getting back on it now. So this is why I tell individuals, if you hear an individual say, I don't need a man, and they have kids, that woman is mentally retarded. You done submitted to something that you cannot now take back. I need y'all to follow me. Because Frog said, not me, Frog said, according to scripture, God created the male as the foundation to family. But in the community y'all call black, the male is not needed. So what exactly is happening to the black family? Why is a child that I gave birth to, a successful black man, healthy for an ugly motherfucker? God damn, I look good. Don't I look good for an ugly motherfucker? And 3 cameras. I'm streaming off of 3 platforms right now. I had to hit y'all off with a cheese from each one. Get a look at my best side. Cheese. Take your picture. Go get your screenshots. Cheese. My other best side. Cheese. I'm happy, y'all. I don't give a fuck about fuck. I'm happy. Now, where was I? You got individuals saying, I don't need a man. Therefore, children don't need a father. And the scripture says, as Frog so eloquently put, I don't know any scriptures, by the way. I don't know none. The 7th day, the Lord shall returneth, or some shit like that. I don't know no scriptures. I'm laughing at some of this. But Frog said it. He said the scripture says that men are the foundation. If you decide you want to build anything and make the foundation, make any other part of the building stronger than what that there Frog said, the foundation. If you want to make any structure of a building stronger than the foundation, you will not have a building. You won't. People, here's the one thing that amazes me all the time. I am amazed at how individuals can understand a scripture in the Bible, but don't understand what Frog just said. Dave Ramsey said, adults do what's right, kids do what feels good. When you listen to individuals speak, what you're listening to is a little child in a woman's body. My children don't need a man. I don't need a nigga. I don't da. What you should be saying is, like I say, I don't need stress. I don't need debt. All these things that life is going to come pummel you with. I've never heard these individuals speak about not needing the bad things in life more than I hear them speaking about the good thing that they should have in their life. People, and that's called companionship. A cat wants companionship. Hell, a roach wants companionship. A fucking rat wants companionship. But you will sit down there and listen to individuals make a mockery, as Tupac did and Biggie Smalls did. Two individuals made a mockery of life, and life said, death, yes, go get them two fucking niggas. God, are you sure? God said, you're making a mockery of life. Go get them two niggas. And death came and said, Pocky, Biggie, my name is Big. Big, time to go, homie. Pac was up there, my enemy. Death said, hey, Pac, and when you're done, I'll be waiting out here in the corridor. I'll be waiting for you, nigga. I'm just saying. You work at McDonald's? The job is stressful. Instead of, I don't know, getting off the job and parking your nut inside of a napkin, you know that chick with a fat ass that'll give up the butt quick. And your expectations is a nigga just want to get off a nut. Your expectations is, or what you're saying to yourself is, I got to release a nigga nut. I'm laughing at something else. Remember, y'all, I'm here every morning at 11 a.m. and at 9 p.m. over on Facts at 100%. The link is below the video. I'm not over here on Unplugged Facts at 9, but I'm there every night at 9. Where was I? Oh, yeah. You want to release that nigga nut. Now, you don't just want to release a nut. You don't want to release a nut and tell your friends, man, I was stressing out. I went home and parked a nut in a napkin. Nope. You want some brag appeal. You want the lure of saying, I was stressing and fuck this bitch. That's what you want to say. What are you going to do? That's what you want to say. Fuck this bitch. In working at McDonald's, no precautions in place, or you know, I don't understand why women with a fat ass don't understand that every man want to get up in them and shoot off a raw load and want to make them have a baby so they can simply say, I tagged that ass. I need y'all to follow me. So you go up in there and you leave your kids up in the uterus. Your kids is swimming around. And then one of them say, hey, I'm going this way. And he's swimming, that nut swimming. He says to all the rest of the nuts, I don't know where you're going, but I'm going this way. And that nut is swimming. Then he's swimming. Then he be like, hey, what's that? He go over there to see what it is, and magic happens. 9 months later, you got a kid. You still work at McDonald's. She wants to have the baby because there's an incentive with the welfare system. I'll talk about that in a second. And now you got a kid. work at McDonald's. It was simply, you could have just parked your nut in a napkin, but you said no. And this is what happens. And then what you do is God is looking down upon you saying, you can't be serious. Debt, stress. Who else is available? Hard times. Go get that idiot. That's how that works. People, life itself has instructions. Life itself has instructions. Life itself, people, life itself has instructions. Life has instructions. You know what life instructions is? Self-preservation. You are not preserving yourself by putting yourself in fucked up's way. I need y'all to follow me because I'm on my bullshit today. Let's talk about the individual that you gave that nut to, because she took that nut. She knew you was nutting. She knew you was busting a nut. She knew when you was vibrating. She knew when you start, your stroke start getting off rhythm. You was like, and then it start, you. She knew you was getting off rhythm. She knew that nut was coming. But she said, here's my opportunity. Nigga over here passing out Section 8 sauce. Who am I to turn down some Section 8 sauce at a chance of getting me some Section 8? Appreciate y'all for being here. I'm here every morning at 11 a.m. Double C salute said facts at 100%. Double C says salute, facts at 100%. So the individual on the other end of that, but then God, because she's a woman, he's calling on some other things. He's like stress. Who else is over there? Hard times. Emotional. Is crying over there? Crying. Where the fuck is mental illness? Over here. Oh, mental illness. Go get that bitch. That's how that works. That's how that works. Self-preservation. First rule of life. These are simple instructions that when you go down to the community y'all call black, I don't see motherfuckers following them at all. Oh yeah, you damn right. Headache. Appreciate that, Frog. People, I speak the way I do because I told y'all yesterday. Now your ass wasn't here when I told y'all yesterday. I speak from a universal perspective, not from just normal. I speak from a universal perspective. That's why I say God say stress, because the universe part of that. But individuals don't understand this. As my mom would say, individuals like to half-ass do shit. You better whole ass do stuff. You better not half-ass do stuff. You better whole ass do stuff. I never asked my mom, when I do something right, did I whole ass it? I never asked my mom that. Now that I think about that. I never asked my mom, hey mom, I got a B on my report card. Did I whole ass it? You know, I never asked her. Instructions. Instructions. A lot of you're dealing with an individual as Frog said, was on and have a crippled foundation. People, you ever watch these shows that come on TV, counting cars and all these shows where they repair cars and they pick up a car and they found out that when they sandblast the car, there's just a lot of rust. The rust is underneath. We have multiple areas in our life, people. We have what you see, then we have what's underneath. And it's what's underneath that people are going to hide or not admit to. It's there underneath. I'm going to write a book called You're Underneath. That is a good book title. You're Underneath. Isn't it? You're underneath. It's there underneath. Kind of like the individual I just got out of a relationship with. She wants nothing to do with her underneath. But it's part of you. Y'all know my underneath. I'm transparent. I want nothing to do with repeating flaws and shit that I've been through in my life. So when y'all hear me speak, I'm listening too. The checks and balances of life, love, happiness, etc. I am not letting somebody just come into my life and think because I brought you a bracelet and I didn't do what Atia LaShawn Bradley did, not letting nobody come into my life and simply say those two things make me better, make me a good person. People, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody can be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't listen. This woman didn't listen to me for 5.5 months. If I tell you, slow down, there's a corner coming up. If you wait 5.5 months before you listen to me, at least let me out the car first. Let me out the car. If you're not going to listen, let me out the car. Same thing. You're not listening, let me out the relationship. I'm done. But individuals don't understand that. Instructions. Here's a remote. The reason why the remote have numbers on it, there's numbers. The numbers indicate instructions. 5, guess what? Channel 5. Gonna go to channel 5. Enter menu gonna pop up. This is the remote from a Sharp Aquos, $6,000 TV. A lot of stuff going on the remote here. I could show you my other TV I paid $350 for. That remote it's like this on up. It's not all this shit. It's not. But when you get more into something, money-wise, costs more. There's more instructions that needs to be applied. At 52 years old, I'm trying to tell individuals I am not applying instructions as I did when I was 20. But that individual I just got out of a relationship with said, you gave everybody else more opportunities than you didn't give me. I gave you instructions unlike I gave anybody else in my relationship as I should have. People, I will not be 60 years old with 12 or 15 2-year relationships. Instructions. Instructions. I brought a power washer. You know what this is? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody know what this is? I brought a power washer. You know what this is? 2 points for you. The instructions. Instructions. We can go through life and I was talking to an individual yesterday, and what I told that individual was, Chris Smith, that'd be me. I am in control of every minute of my fucking life. I will not step out of control, authorize someone else to be in control, let them do to my life what they want to do, and then turn around and then 3 minutes later step back into being control. And then the 3 minutes that they had control over my life, now I got to figure out what the fuck is going on because I wasn't in control. Make sense? Yeah. Individuals want to be able to control how you think. Hey, if you try to fuck my best friend, you're a hoe. No, I'm not going to. No, you're not going to tell me you had an emergency coochie itch. No, I'm not trying to hear that. No, I had an emergency coochie itch. That shouldn't count. Okay. I follow the first rule of life. The first rule of life is self-preservation. Go ahead and abort that for at any time in your life. See where the fuck you end up. Go ahead. Abort that. Say, you know what? There's an 18-wheeler. I'm going to abort self-preservation, and I'm going to turn into the path of that 18-wheeler. Go ahead. Now, I'm hoping you don't do this. And if you do, don't leave a note telling you that I told you to do it. You know, I'm driving in front of this truck because that ugly dude on YouTube said drive in front of a truck. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Self-preservation. It will give people an example of how you feel about your fucking self. Individuals like to explain away, as I stated earlier, they're underneath. 4 kids by 3 different dudes, a period of their life, and then they mature and move on. However, that window of immaturity is staring them at the face. That window of immaturity is something they have to explain every time they go out on a date and someone is on the other end of the table trying to get to know them. So how old are your kids? Well, I'm 31 and my kids is 17, 18, and 12. What? I'm laughing at something else, man. I'm laughing at something else, man. Like, what are you going to do? Laughing at something else. Woman of the Past says, most men are looking for women that are not feminine. They usually want that free type of woman. Woman of the Past, I always love it when I have a woman here. I do. You know, I would tell you, woman of the Past, email me your phone number. I'd love to call you and talk to you. I normally would say that, free woman of the past. And I kind of want to say that, woman of the past, because what you just said is like hell no to the third power. Maria, I'm gonna read to y'all what this woman said. She said, most women are looking for women that are not feminine. There ain't a man out there that's looking for a woman that's not feminine. I think you're confusing men with booty out niggas. I think you're confusing men with thugs. I think you're confusing men with garbage ass motherfucker, bums, etc., etc. I am a man. I represent men. There isn't one man on this planet, not one woman on this planet that is looking for a woman that's not feminine. I'm sorry, don't know where you got your stats from, don't know where you pulling this from, but I think you need to be more specific, or I think you're talking about I think you need to properly title and then put looking for women that are not feminist. Because I don't know one man that is looking for a chick. I don't know how long you've been here, but I done said for many times, I just said it the other day, Miss Woman. I said a woman is not supposed to activate the beast. A man is a beast at all time. Men, not booty out niggas, not feminine. I'm a beast. You look at me, you see my shoulders. I go to the gym, I lift weights. I'm in there talking to myself. People are like, yo, what's up with this dude? I'm like, I'm 52 years old. I got to hype myself up. So I'm in the gym. I'm talking to myself. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Because I got to hype myself up. A woman needs to come into my life and say, baby, you done did 6 reps. I got some booty at home waiting for you. Bring the dick to mama. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen. When I'm in the gym and I got my testosterone pumping, I'm like, I'm gonna get some more reps in here. I'm gonna leave this motherfucker. I want my shit looking nice. Or I had a bad day. Woman's supposed to come and say, baby. I talked about this on my other video I did the other day, Miss Woman. Frog said feminine is a must. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I can say about the woman that I just got out of a relationship with. She was the most feminist woman I've ever dealt with. But it was just the other stuff of just, she couldn't understand, didn't want to listen. Feminine is a must. I'm going to tell you something. The taller the woman, the more out of tune with their femininity. I don't know if y'all know this. I'll be the first to tell you if you don't. Testosterone gives a woman height. The taller the woman, you deal with a woman that's 5'2", 5'3", they full of estrogen. You start going up to hitting 5'10", 5'11", 6'1". Now, World War III, every time it's time to have sex, boy, you shit. I'm just saying. So understand that people understand that instructions, just being in a relationship, allowing individuals to dictate the relationship, allowing individuals to think that, oh, because I did this, now I am. I did a video over on Red Pill Fab. For those who don't know, the link is below the video. I did a video today called Explanation, how you ain't going to find a woman. They'll say sorry to the cows come home. But when you ask for an explanation, that's when shit happens. That's when shit comes to an end. People, explanation is a must. You need an explanation as to why you wasn't listening to me for 5.5 months. That needs explanation. Sorry does not kill all that. My mom needs to explain why she aborted her job as a mother to her sons, but wanted to defend her nieces. Sorry does not fix that. There are certain things that sorry does not cover. Frog said, I don't mind a tall woman. My mother is taller than my dad, and they have been together married for 34 years. No, I don't mind a tall woman. I do. I don't mind. I ain't going to say I don't. I'm just saying I know what to expect, because they have a little bit more testosterone gives a woman their height, is all I'm saying. Miss Woman says, yes, be feminine minded, like take care of the house, be organized, and let the man be the man, for example. Yeah. Problem is, Miss Past, these individuals. Let's just talk about it. In the community you call black, a man like myself is not the #1 most wanted man. Stats show this. 61% of all women of color have babies with felons. I don't have a felon. So the problem is, what I've seen is, and like I said, at my age, I have yet to see one woman, I have not ever dated one woman that was in a relationship with a man. I haven't. That's a long time, ain't it? 52 years is a long time. I'm old. When I fart, dust plumes come out. I'm laughing at something else. I'm laughing at something else. So just understand that. You know. Did that come up? Oh, I know I'm not that old. Old is a mind thing anyway, man. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right quick. I don't know if my email came up, leaguelogic2019@gmail.com. I see it came up on here, but I don't see it on here. I don't see it on whatchamacallit. Let me see. Let me tell you something. This is true stuff. When I was a kid, what we didn't do, if you was 30 years old, we didn't give you no respect. We didn't. If you was 30 years old, it was like you're an old man. It was like, you're an old man. I got nothing to say to you. Hold on. Let me see something. I'm gonna see if. Let me see something. Why is this thing not doing this? Are you serious, man? Why isn't this thing coming up? All right. I'll wait for it to come up. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. Comments. It's annoying how things turned out to be the last days. Like, men are kind of feminine too. Not all, but once again, not men. Men be like, these bitches be bugging, et cetera, et cetera. And women just insist on just throwing men in a category. But I understand what you're saying. It's just a common thing to say, to say men. That's common. But the thing is the unfortunate perspective of our timeline that we live in, as you so eloquently stated. Our timeline that we live in is the man has not changed. What's going on, Insatiable? The man has not changed. And here's what I mean when I say the man has not changed. The man is still doing the same thing that he was doing for the past few years. There are, in some areas, 9 women for every 1 man. A man is like a bee. A bee is the fertilizer. The flower is open and the bee inserts himself into the flower. Nothing that is the fertilizer is stationary. Fertilizers are all the movers. The one that gets fertilized is the stationary. This is why y'all post up and allow a man to come insert you. When you understand the role of a man, you'll understand that a man, by nature, his role is to simply go and stick every woman that he can get. That's nature. Bees do it. They pollinate. It's just the way it is. But what has not been the case in history is women doing what men do. Now, Whitney Houston. What's that woman name? Wendy Williams, talked about this back in 1995, 26 years ago. Wendy Williams talked about how women are doing and playing a very dangerous game. And that game that Miss Houston, she keeps saying Miss Houston, that game that Wendy Williams was talking about was the game that women are trying to play when it comes to trying to play the same game that a man play. Wendy Williams said, women cannot play this game. Wendy Williams said, women, we are not designed to play this game. And if you want an example of what I'm saying here, I can give you an example like this. I will tell anybody, no homo. No homo. But I'll tell anybody that the ugliest woman on this planet is prettier than the best looking transvestite. And the reason why the ugliest woman on this planet, that's my email, Miss Past. Might want to screenshot it now because when the stream stops, it's going to disappear. The prettiest transvestite isn't better than the ugliest woman. And the reason why is because a woman is a woman. She cannot be duplicated. She's a woman. All right. The reason why I'm not homophobic, but the reason why I cannot speak to gay individuals is because they don't just say hi back. When you say hi to a gay individual, it's how you doing? Hi. All this extra shit. The extra shit will have me wanting to remove their fucking fronts. When you look at a transvestite, they can get butt injections, You can look at them and say, God damn, that transvestite man person got a big ass. But there's something with the transvestite guy person that gives their position away. And that is they're overdoing it. They're overacting. They're adding too much to the shit that women just don't do. Women don't be like, yes, darling, and do all this shit. Women don't do that. Women flow graciously. Women flow with effort. Women don't do all this extra shit. That is the same thing you women do when you try to be a man. Same thing. Whenever you try to mimic, you overdo the shit. And instead of fucking with one dude, chicks with a fat ass be like, oh, I got 30 niggas that want to fuck me. And then they be fucking with 30 dudes and it's like, well, goddamn, hold on, I lost count. It's just the way it is. The natural flows effortlessly. When you're trying to overdo shit, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I told y'all the story about when I was in Applebee's. I was in Philadelphia and was in Applebee's and seen the transvestite. And I looked at the transvestite and I'm going to admit, I looked at the transvestite and said, God damn, she fine as hell. Shit. Yeah. But then I noticed she just kept walking and I'm like, damn, why is she doing? Women that look that beautiful don't have to do all that. Gave their position away. Let's be clear. Women do this. Wendy Williams talked about it. People, I'm gonna go ahead and boogie on out of here. I definitely appreciate you guys for being here today. It's always exciting when things, we start talking about something that goes along. And my man, Insatiable says, good morning, brother. Good morning to you, my man. And I definitely appreciate y'all. Like I said, Miss Past, that's my email, leaguelogic2019@gmail.com. I'm going to get off of this thing right now and always love a woman's perspective. And I'm going to thank Miss Pass for just and just not getting offended and trying to go way left with it, because women tend to do that. Ms. Pass said the scriptures are warning us of roles that become harmful if we don't keep a role of genders. Yep. Listen, one thing that I am not going to do, I'm not paying attention to all this stupid shit. I'm not letting it in my cipher. I'm not. I am not allowing what I learned for 50 years to now be twisted by a perspective of, we don't say male or female no more. We don't do this and we don't do that. If you say something slick to me, I'm gonna punch the shit out of you. You being a damn, you being a homosexual ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You gonna watch your fucking mouth. Let's be clear. You gonna watch your fucking mouth. Really. Todd Smith ain't raised no bitch. I cracked myself up. Then these are facts. He didn't. Todd Smith ain't raised no bitch. That was a cool dude. Glad he was my daddy. I'm glad Todd Smith was my daddy. I am. That's all I got, y'all. I'll see you guys tonight at 9. If individuals on Unplugged Facts, come on over to Facts at 100%. I don't know if I'm going to be here tonight, but I'm definitely going to be on Facts. Have a good day, y'all. Later.